Hi, Divyank, welcome to the webinar.
Thank you very much, Jatin. Appreciated. Hello, friends. My name, as Jatin said, is Divyank. I am from Pentagon Immigrations, and we look forward to send students to for studying in abroad, specifically for Canada. So I would like to start with my presentation. Initially, if you want to study in Canada, there are a number of criteria. So the students,
I'm sorry, Divyank, before you begin,
yeah,
this is for everyone in the webinar. If anyone has any questions while Divyank or myself are speaking, please feel free to write out your questions in the chat box. Divyank, please continue.
thank you. So basically, this webinar is arranged for all the students who are aspiring to study and settle in Canada. We have a number of opportunities, but we don't know exactly which one to avail at what time. And at the same time, our Indian education system doesn't allow us to migrate or study or specialize something in Canada. So I am here to guide you with all the possible chances that how you can study and settle in Canada. So
Great.
the agenda for today's webinar will be why choose Canada. Secondly, what are the visa eligibility criteria to study in Canada. Third, I'll be explaining you the process flow. I mean, how to apply and how to get your visa done for student visa specifically in Canada. Then I'll be letting you know what exactly is the cost of living, how much expenditure is there month-wise, yearly. Then comes the course durations and the work permit, which is associated with the student visas. Then I have few FAQs, which are generally asked by students to me. And then finally, I would like to present why to choose Pentagon as your immigration partner.
Brilliant. Let's begin.
So first of all, why choose Canada? You can choose any country overall globe. Opportunities are more or less same. But if you choose Canada, there are top 5 reasons that you'll get to if you go to Canada for your study purpose. Firstly, Canada is globally recognized, and the study material or the degrees which we get from Canada are globally recognized. Secondly, the quality and affordable education. Now, if you go to US, UK, Germany, there's a lot of tuition fees or we say study fees. But as compared to other countries, Canada is much affordable to go study and settle in Canada. Then comes Canada is one of the country who offers you work while you are in the respective country on study visa. Suppose if you're working, if you're studying and you need to work just to get your monthly needs, Canada is giving you that opportunity. Then comes the safety and the peacefulness. In terms of safety, I would recommend that women as well as men are in safe hands. Mostly parents and students are concerned, if I go to a new country, will it be safe for me to stay back there? And what are the chances that I may not be harassed or bullied by some other country people? So these are very small questions, but we have to see it in a very crucial manner about the safety purpose. So that way also Canada is much safer. And as there are a lot of Indians, we feel like home out there in Canada. Then comes the pathway to permanent residence. Okay, fine. We feel that we should go, we should take a higher education out there, foreign education, but our basic agenda behind taking foreign education is we would like to settle down there. So in Canada, these two sections, studying and settlement, these two sections go hand in hand. The reason they are promoting more students to Canada is just they want the candidate to settle down in the respective country and give a growth to the respective country.
Sure.
Jatin, good as of far. Any questions?
I'm good, guys. I actually have something to add. You had mentioned that it's a safe and peaceful place, which it actually is. America, as if you compare it to America, because America has a lot of gun violence. In Canada, it's banned by law. And the people in general are actually a lot more friendlier as compared to Americans. So I completely agree with what you've said. And I guess we can move on to the next page. Unless, guys, if anyone has any questions, please feel free to write it up in the chat box. Please, Divya.
So coming to the eligibility criteria. So what it takes for a student if he or she is thinking to get a study permit in Canada. So I have mentioned four captions. I'll just read it out for you. First is the age criteria. Second is the IELTS criteria, which I'll be coming to you. Third is the bank finance, and fourth is the college fees. Now, these are the criteria wherein Canadian government has set some benchmarks wherein if you follow this and if you fall in this, you'll be getting up your student visa. So age is 35. Why they have kept age eligibility age as 35? Because there are a lot of people who have already done with their masters. They are planning for their PhD or some postdoc degrees. That is why the age is 35. So ranging right from 16 to 35, they are welcoming for student. But I would like to requote it. Age is just a number. If you have done with your masters and if you have worked for 10 years and your current age is say around about 38, and if you are able to justify your employment, that time also you'll be able to apply for student visa and you'll get a grant. So I would requote it. Age is just a number. But yes, specifically, we have a categorization who would like to go on study permit up to age of 35. Second comes the IELTS part. As you know, this is an English proficiency test, which one have to apply as the Canadian first language is English and second language is French. So you should be fluent enough to uh, communicate in that respective country. So they have kept a minimum band score of 6. If I would like to add on that, this IELTS exam is determined with four options: reading, listening, writing, and speaking. So
Four
it comes with,
categories, you mean, right?
yeah, it comes
Nice.
with a band and module. So these are four modules in which you have to give that exam in reading, listening, writing, and speaking. So
Hmm.
the minimum criteria to get eligible for student visa is 6 band. But if you score somehow 5.5 band and your entire academic is in English, in some universities and colleges, they do consider your 5.5 band as well. Clear so
Okay,
far?
sure.
You can also come up with PTE exam as well as TOEFL exam. These exams are somewhat similar like IELTS only, but
Hmm.
only the grading system differs. So
Okay,
IELTS is out of 9, 10 bands. You should score minimum 5.5 bands. For PTA, it is of a scorecard of 300. And for TOEFL, it's a scorecard of 250.
okay.
Again, the same four module you have to come up with, and the exam are somewhat similar, only the scorecards differ.
Divyank, would you have any information on what do universities actually prefer? Do they? I understand all three are accepted, right? But in general, universities would have a preference of one over the other. So,
So
what would you suggest they prefer?
I preferably suggest IELTS because 80% of the universities and colleges prefer IELTS. Yes,
Right.
TOEFL is also accepted, but not that popular for Canada. They have just
Okay.
started for TOEFL and PTE, but yes, highly recommendation would be IELTS itself, sir. And
Got it.
one thing I would like to add now, they consider academic as well as general IELTS as well. Initially,
Okay.
they used to consider only academics for student visa and general IELTS for the PR
Yeah.
visa. Now, both can be accepted.
Great. Okay.
So coming up to the third point, which is bank finance. Nearly a student who's willing to go for a there are to come to the bank finance. I would like to say there are different courses. So different courses have different tuition fees and cost of living depending in which province or the candidate or the student is looking up for. So I have just put a brief idea as to how much categorization of money is given here. It is nearly 15 to 30 lakhs. And yes, depending on course duration, what course you are availing. And speaking up of bank, then HDFC Credila is always there to help us out. And we assure full assistance from HDFC Credila for the
Yeah.
third part, is the bank finance.
Yep, we are here to help. We are here to assist everyone. And like Divyank said, every course, every university has a different academic course fees. Every city has a different cost of living. By cost of living, I mean your rent, your food, your travel expenses. So with HDFC Credla, we can cover 100% of tuition fees and ancillary. Ancillary is your living, housing, books, and so on and so forth. So, yeah, thank you for that, Divyank.
The fourth point is college fees. So this is a very crucial part wherein again HDFC Credila comes in picture. So they definitely help us out with our tuition fees, as the Jatin said. So the average tuition fees and the living expenses out there for a student who is planning to avail a diploma course is around about 12,000 Canadian dollars to 18,000 Canadian dollars.
Right, sure.
So this
And
this
they
was
have to be paid in advance, right? Before a student even goes
yeah.
to Canada.
So I'm coming on the process part itself, Jatin. That will be
Sure,
covered in
sure.
that. Yeah. So this is the process flow. I won't be elaborating all the details. That will take a lot of time. So I have just come up with a four-step process, which is enrollment and evaluation of student profile. So in this step, the student, I would like to tell this with an example. Suppose I am done with my graduation in BCA, that is Bachelor's in Computer Application. So I want to go on a study visa, looking, taking in consideration my own course. So I'll either avail for Masters in Computer Application, or I might go to MBA. So these are the two options what I'll have for myself. So in this first particular point, we have to scrutiny your profile, that which course, which college, which university you can apply. The second step is selection of right course and application. In this step, we'll be suggesting you which course is rightly applicable for your profile, and we also forecast what job opportunities and settlement opportunities you'll be having post doing this course. So this part is a very crucial part, selection of right course and right application. Third is receiving letter of acceptance. Once you have consolidated that, yes, I want to go with this course, this application, then we apply on behalf of you and you'll be receiving a letter of acceptance. Once you receive the letter of acceptance, you have 30 days in your hand to get them confirmation whether you are applying for that course or no. Then comes the payment part, that is pay registration oblique tuition fee, where again Credila comes into picture. Study permit application presentation is done by us, as Pentagon is there to help you out on each and every step of the process. Then study permit application review by senior consultant in Canada. So once you get a profile, get it scrutinized, receive a letter, go to Credila, get your finances done, submit your application with tuition fee. Then we come into picture that this course is justificable for this candidate. There is a senior consultant who present your case to the Canadian government body and apply on your behalf. Once the application is submitted, Then the passport request for visa stamping is done, and pre-departure counseling is done by Pentagon Immigration Services. So any query in this process, any simple doubt and anything, I would like to answer those.
Mm, not much, but I would just like to add something that
Yes.
HDFC Credila actually comes in at step one itself, because in a lot of instances, we approve loans for students based on their exam results itself, and they don't need to wait for their acceptance letter. So I would just like to put that out there.
Great, 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 great. So, Jatin, should I proceed further?
Yeah, yeah, please, please.
So, coming up to the duration of course. So, I have sum up two things together: course duration plus work permit. So, if you are having a course duration of 12 months, you can work in that respective country for 12 months. If you are having a course duration of 18 months, you can work in that respective country for 18 months. If you're having a course duration of 24 months, you can work in that respective country for 36 months. So basically, government has structured in such a manner till the time you are into their country, they provide you a facility of earning your own expenses in Canada. So this is a very wonderful commitment given by Canadian government that yes, if you're coming up for studies, and we know everyone needs finance and funds to raise up and meet their monthly expenses. So they have given a provision wherein you can study as well as work simultaneously. And the great part of the story is once you are completing your 2 years course, plus you get 1 year open work permit after your 2 years of course. Any 2 years of course, master's, PhD, anything. You get 1 year of open work permit. You can work anywhere in Canada. After working in 1 year in Canada, you can directly apply for permanent residencies as well. So this is one of the best gateway to get your citizenship for Canada.
Great. Okay.
Then I would come to the cost of living in Canada. So education cost, undergraduate is say 13,000 to 20,000 Canadian dollars per year. Post graduation is almost 14,000 to $25,000 per year. So the accommodation cost, it depends what accommodation you are availing. If
Hmm.
it is on-campus accommodation, I mean the college where you are staying, college hostel, I would restructure my sentence. If it is college hostel or college campus, then the fees will be approx 8,000 to 10,000 Canadian dollars per year. And if you are staying outside the campus, that is shared apartment or anything else, so that might go up to 5,000 to 8,000 per year,
Okay.
depending on your standard of living,
Hmm.
right?
Right.
So it totally depends on a student wherein he is comfortable staying with 2 or 3 students, or he
Hmm.
wants to stay back alone. It depends totally, right? So
But
these are
whatever said and done, it would be cheaper than on-campus accommodation anyway.
so
Just that one thing, I would just like to ask, in on-campus accommodation, generally is food expenses covered? Is it all covering, or is it just you pay for rent and then food and transportation is separate?
no, food is covered, transportation is not covered because it is on campus, right? So
Right.
transportation doesn't come in picture. Food
Right.
is covered in that.
Right.
Yeah. So average, if a person is not staying on campus and is staying on their own, so average grocery, what we have taken data from our previous students, is it requires 2,500 Canadian dollars to 3,500 Canadian dollars per year.
Hmm.
Transportation cost also comes up somewhat same, that is 1,000 Canadian dollars to 1,500 Canadian dollars, because you go in a respective country, and if you have holidays, you roam around, see
Hmm.
things. So that everything is covered in this approximately.
Great.
And I have considered miscellaneous as 500 to 1,000 Canadian dollars per year.
Sure. Great.
And I would like to again highlight HDFC Credila provides up 100% finance covering tuition fees and living cost, what I have mentioned now. So taking this further, these are some of the questions frequently asked by the students. I just go through it and we'll discuss that in detail. So which
Sure.
course can I apply for? So how to select a course? If I am a graduate, I am a plain graduate, how should I select a course? So you can apply according to your study background is one option. Secondly, if you want to study some different courses, then yes, you can of course apply for that. So there are two options, credit courses and non-credit courses. Now, what exactly credit courses are? They are related to your study background. That is called as major course. You'll be getting a degree on your credit courses. Suppose I'm done with my master's in marketing as a credit course, but even I love finance or I love supply chain management. I would love to learn supply chain management that I can take as a non-credit course.
Hmm.
But if you complete non-credit course for a year, even you'll be getting those certificate as well. But your major credit course will be depending on your study background.
Right.
Second question is how much does an average Canadian university degree cost? So approximately if it is of 2 years, so it costs nearly 30,000 Canadian dollars to 35,000 Canadian dollars. Again, depending on which course, which college, which university you are applying. But somewhere it is between 30 to 35,000 Canadian dollars for a master's degree. For a
Okay.
diploma degree, it comes up to 15 to 25,000. For a diploma, it comes up to 12 to 18,000 Canadian dollars per year.
By diploma, do you mean undergraduate or do
No,
you mean a PG diploma?
PG diploma, postgraduate diploma.
Hmm. Okay.
So the third question which prominently asked was, how do I apply for my study permit? Submit your documents for the university in which you are interested. You must have a letter of acceptance from a college, school, university, or education institute in Canada before you can apply for a study permit. You must apply for a study permit before coming to Canada. You can apply on Canadian visa office as well. So am I clear, or do I need to give justification on this question, Jatin?
No, I believe that's quite self-explanatory.
Yeah,
Unless someone has a question, they'll ask it within the chat itself.
sounds good. So my next question asked to me is, when should I apply for my study permit? So this is a very crucial question wherein student gets stuck and they don't know when, where, and how to apply.
Hmm.
So for that, I have just given up a simple summation. You should apply as soon as you receive your letter of acceptance from the university. Sometimes what happens, we neglect the offer letter and it is clearly mentioned in that it should be replied within 20 to 30 days approximately. There are a few universities, colleges who give a time frame of 60 days, say 45 days. But what I recommend to all the students that if we really want to go for a course and study in abroad, we should be keen enough to reply as soon as possible. But yes, the time frame which is given to the student is approx 20 to 30 days.
And Divyank, Kamlesh had a question, that is visa and study permit separate or are they the same?
Visa and study permit are different.
How,
Getting,
if you can just explain?
see, visa is, it is for you to travel to that respective country. Visas are of different type. Visitors visa also you can travel. And study permit is a permit which you get from respective universities
Yes.
or colleges that yes, we accept that you come to our respective college and get your degree done.
So in essence, it's essentially you need a study permit to apply for a visa. Once
Exactly.
You do get a study permit from the university. That is only then can you go ahead and move on in your process and go for a
I have
visa application.
I have gone through few cases wherein the student had their study permit, but their visa was rejected because they have applied their study visa from a different consultancy. I don't want to name that, but yes, it got rejected and they couldn't fly before the course starting time. So yes,
Hmm.
it is. These are the two different aspects. I was going to come on that, but yes, it was great. Nice question.
Please.
Hope he's satisfied with the answer. Should I proceed further?
Yeah, yeah, please go ahead.
So who issues study permit? I have
Study
got one of.
permit is by the university itself. Visa
Yes,
permit is by the Canadian government.
right. So the next question, which is frequently asked, is how do I pay the fee for a study permit? So you must pay a processing fee with your application. First of all, it is something $100. For some universities, it is $125. For some, it is 150, but not more than $150. The fee will not be refunded from the university where you apply. Even if your application is refused, you can pay the fees in local currency as well.
Hmm.
Any doubt in this? Well, the next question, will I need health insurance? Yes, you must arrange for medical health cover before you arrive Canada because medical coverage varies from province to province, sometimes from universities to universities as well. So it is always better to get your medical health cover done here itself in India before migrating to Canada. Do I need to take IELTS test? Yes, it is necessary. Is minimum 6 band. If you score less than, you have to take a ELS course with your program. Now, what is ELS course? ELS course is a English proficiency course which you can take as a primary course with your course, which I said credit, non-credit course, right? So this course, but you should get 60% marks in your English in your HSC. So to avail for this course as well, suppose if you're having a bandwidth of 5.5 in your IELTS and your higher education is done in English and you score more than 60% of marks in your HEC exam, then and then only you can take up this course and your IELTS scorecard, this course and your mark sheet will be collectively considered and they can send you an invitation. May or may not. Again, that's a question mark. Totally
Hmm.
depends on the university and college. We, as Pentagon Immigration Service, are licensed immigration consultant, wherein we have our office in Canada and our director, Mr. Vaibhav Kalbor, is functioning from Canada way back from 2017. So we are licensed authorized consultant, genuine and expert advice. We give 30 minutes of initial counseling free. Directly coordination is done with our authorized consultant. Personal attention to each application is given by us. High chances of success, affordable and transparent fee, flexible payment plans, post-landing services to make your settlement in Canada smooth. So these are the services what we offer, and we want our students to choose their consultant very wisely. These are some.
Divyank, I have a question on this. When you
Yes.
speak about post-landing services to make your settlement in Canada smooth, can you expand on that a little bit? Because a student does everything on their part, right? They do the
Yeah.
IELTS, they go through you, get the university admit, get the loan done from us. But what about what happens once they land there? So if you can expand on that a little bit, that
Once
would be great.
once you land, we have a pickup service. If you are onboarding on the campus day, so we drop you till the campus, we make you arrange with your local SIM cards, bank accounts, and we keep hand holding for rather more 15 days to get you settle down there. At the same time, if you are not boarding on campus, we help you out to get your accommodation. As we have office out there, you can reach out to our office, and that is a very emotional touch wherein you have a person post landing there to see you, to communicate with you. That gives a smooth touch for your landing services post your landing.
Great. Okay. Thanks.
So these are some of the services what we offer as well as we cater. First is the express entry. Second is the provincial nominee. Third comes the student visa, on what this webinar is basically on. Fourth is the work visa. Fifth is family sponsorship. Sixth is business immigration. Seventh is super visa. And lastly, it is visitors visa. So concerning about your student visa, you'll be requiring study visa, you'll be requiring family sponsorship, as well as you'll be requiring visitors visa. These three visas are the visas wherein a student requires. If there is a convocation and you would like to call your parents on your convocation, they'll be requiring visitors visa. If you settle down there and you want your parents to come and settle with you, you'll be requiring family sponsorship visa. If you are studying there, you are married, you're studying there and you want your spouse to come along with you and work there, you'll be requiring work visa. So these all visas are basically associated with student visas. That is why I have mentioned that these are the visas which you'll be needing in your coming days once you migrate there, start your studies. Once you're done with your education, you want your family to come and see you. So these are the services what we give after your study visa is done. Am I clear so far? So this is just statistics what I would like to share with the students. We have a success rate of what are the most common causes for visa rejections. Yes, the most common causes for visa rejection is lack of funds. Secondly, not choosing a right university or a course might also get you your visa rejection. Suppose I'm done with my MBA marketing and I want to go for studying postgraduate diploma in psychology. So that doesn't make sense that I apply for a postgraduate diploma in psychology. So choosing your right course, right college, right university is very important. If you don't choose that, there are very high chances of getting your application rejected. And yes, your visa rejection depends on with whom you are going for your visa processing. The explanation for visa The explanation to the visa officer is very important. Though it is your study permit, if it is a gap in between, so I have completed my master graduation in 2015. I have worked till 2022. I have 7 years of experience. Now I want to again avail my education as masters in 2023. So this explanation is done given by a licensed immigration holder, so that is very important. If the visa officer is not convinced, your visa gets rejected. So this is sometimes knowing the whole process is still not enough and you get stuck. There are processes you go on internet, you surf, you'll get universities, colleges, everything. But there are problems wherein a student is stuck as to how to proceed further with this step. So you need not to worry. Pentagon is there to help you out on each and every step. Pentagon is a complete solution to any problems you face while applying for your visa. The professional as Pentagon guide you through the whole journey. It is not mandatory that you should start the process with us. If you are halfway through your process, we can guide you there forward as well. So this is my official website, my official ID, my official number. You can contact on this. Jatin, you are on mute.
Sorry about that. I was saying, Asta, if you need a list of Canadian institutions that Pentagon has a tie-in with, I suggest you can visit their website or call Divyank directly with the contact information on the screen. And for Kamlesh, Divyank, would you be answering Kamlesh's question on fee payment?
Sir, can you just elaborate? Because
Sure.
I
So Kamlesh asked, is fee payment compulsory before the issue of the visa? Whether fee would be returned if visa is rejected.
no, fee won't be rejected. Fee won't be refunded if it is in SDS category. If it is in non-SDS category, yes, it will be refunded. Please
And
ask
what
him
do
to
you mean
contact
by
me.
STS category?
That is what I'm saying. Please ask him to contact me. That's a very detailed discussion what I would like to have with him on this SDS, non-SDS.
Well,
So
Kamlesh, you have the contact information in front of you.
yes,
Divyank would be more than happy to answer any of your questions.
definitely, definitely.
Okay. Um, moving on then. And this is how you get in touch with us at HDFC Credila. Like I said, we cover 100% your tuition and your ancillary fees. In a lot of the cases, we approve loans even before you have your acceptance letter from the university based on your IELTS test results itself. Process is quite simple and smooth, and we have partners like Divyank as well, who we help out, they help us out. So our main goal is to just have each and every one of our students be happy and just smoothly move into the future they dream for themselves, right?
Right. So I'm good from my end.
So am I. So I guess I'll open the floor to if there are any other questions by our attendees. Okay. I guess not then. I really thank you for your time, Divyank. Thanks for being here and answering all the questions and explaining what Pentagon Immigration does and how it helps out each and every one of our students and how we help everyone out as well. So thank you for your time.
Thank you so much. I would like to take this opportunity to thank HDFC Credila as well for giving me this platform to share and give awareness to the student as to how to excel in their coming days, how to migrate to Canada and get a kickstart to their career. Thank you. Thank you so much, Jatin.
Brilliant. Thanks, Divyank. Thanks for your time and thanks everyone for joining in. Hopefully, we'll see you soon to our next webinar. So
Thank you.
thanks
Thank
again,
you.
guys, and have a great day, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, attenders.
Thank you.